When I look at that last bullet, it says, an increase in the slope means that the inflation rate is rising, or another word that you can put in the place of rising is increasing. That's a very good sentence to remember if you have to write an answer in the exam. While a decrease in the slope means that it is decreasing. And this is also known as deflation. Remember, our topic for this afternoon is inflation, making it bigger. And this one says deflation. But now look at the last part of that. It says deflation does not mean a decrease in prices. Only a negative inflation rate will result in the decrease of prices. I'll repeat that again. Deflation means a decrease in the inflation rate. Say, for instance, it was 5.9 and next month it is 5.6. So it means there was a deflation in the inflation rate. It does not mean the prices are coming down. It's just the inflation rate that came down. Now, only a negative inflation rate. That means if it is minus 5.9, only then will the prices come down. I will also do an example with you to show you where we have a negative inflation rate and how it affects your calculations. Right, the next slide I want to show you is unfortunately about American dollar and the inflation rate of the dollar. But remember, our context is also about global issues. So I'm going to show you the graph. It is the United States inflation rate over a huge period, 90 or 100-year period. And what is important there is to see, to show you an example of where the inflation rate was negative. So in that period of times, I am trying to indicate it to you, in that period of times, they had a decrease in their prices. Why? Because look at my y-axis. That is all my positive values, and these are all my negative values. Remember, that is one type of graph you must know, is to be able to know if graphs have negative values, what that means. So this instance, it's a graph that you can interpret, showing you the negative values of inflation, which of course means that the inflation has decreased, the prices have decreased. And once again, you can look at the tendency, and since then it has more been positive, which means it was an increase in the inflation. And just before 2010, there was again a negative inflation rate, which showed that the prices came down. So yes, even though it's from America, we can also use it in our questions to see what effect it has. And remember, we are also working with exchange rates. You must be able to convert between different currencies. So this can also be used in questions like those. Right, as I said, I will do an example with you where the inflation rate is negative, where some or other goods prices have decreased. Once again, a possible question that can be asked here for you is to find the average or the mean inflation rate. And once again, describe the trend or the tendency of the inflation rate. So there are a few possible questions. Right, now we're going to move on to the section that I think you are all waiting for, to say, but what calculations must I be able to do?